Okay, so for week 12 of summer anime, yes, it's another week. Gojo taking L's out here, pretty insane. So, yeah, if you know, you know. After that, Bleach is nice. Everything else is like escalating, very cool. We had some finales as well. So, yeah, this season's almost over. We probably got one more week. So we wrap up most of these episodes. I'll have a tier list next week. This week, though, I'll just talk about some shows. So, yeah, Bleach is nice. Jujutsu Kaisen, literally insane. This was the best episode in like season 2. Like, there's a lot to stack up with the Toji fight, and then like there's a lot of shit in season 1 as well that was like insane peak. But this one was insane. My man Gojo, like, just giving it his all. That's all I could say. So yeah, that's nice. Bungo Stray Dogs, the finale was like pretty insane. Masamune-kun's Revenge, this trashy kind of romance love story. I loved it so much, so I'm gonna talk about the finale this week as well. And besides that, I'll talk about a lot more shows. Let's get started. So yeah, I'm starting off with Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Episode 9. Yes, what happened in this episode? Gojo he's trapped. He's underground. There's so many humans. The odds are stacked against him, so he has to like literally use all of his power right now. So this is the situation we're in right now. The episode starts with the students getting interviewed. They're like, how would you describe Gojo? And then they're like, yeah, he's a troll, he's annoying, but in the end, he is the strongest. This was well directed, such a good intro, because after that, we see him breathing so heavily. It's like the aftermath of the Shibuya incident where he's just like working so hard. So that transition was insane because it's like gonna ask us questions like, what is Gojo doing to make him work like that? Why is he breathing so hard? So yeah, we played the opening and the Shibuya incident goes on. So Gojo is underground with the disaster curses and they're literally like killing whoever they can. And then they can also touch him. So Gojo takes off the blindfold. He's super serious now. And like everyone keeps running away. So he tries to catch up with them and they're just like escaping. So then he's like, okay, I'm gonna focus on Hanami. And he kind of like uses that as a distraction. He actually focuses on Jogo. He rips Drogo's arm off. And Hanami's like, okay, I can finally use my curse technique because he's not looking at me. And that's what Gojo was waiting for, because these dudes have domain amplification around him. So Gojo can't really like easily dispatch them. But now that since Hanami disabled that to use her technique, Gojo just like jumps at her and just like rips the roots out of her eyes. So fucking brutal. And after that, he just blasts her into a wall, just disintegrates her with this like negative energy. So that shit was like kind of insane. So he just like blew up a whole disaster curse out here. So after that, he focuses on Jogo, and then there's Troso in the back just like, doing blood attacks, killing people. So yeah, all Gojo has to do is dispatch these guys, right? No, Mahito comes through. He pulls up in a train, conductor Mahito, and all the citizens are like, oh shit, it's a train, we're saved. Psych, bro, there's like 1,000 cursed spirits inside this train. They're transfigured humans. Are you kidding me? So Mahito literally murdered like 1,000 people, stuffed them in a train, and had them like deployed here to like distract Gojo. It's like so chaotic right now. And after that, like the roof on top of like the 5th level, it opens up. So people from the 4th level are just like falling down. Choso, everyone's just like blowing them up, burning them, destroying them. All these humans are dying. Gojo looks at it like a split of a second. He has to make a decision. What do I do? And then the only choice is domain expansion. The cursed spirits like didn't think he would actually do this because you'd literally brain damage everyone here with your infinite void. He does it anyway. So domain expansion opens up the void, and like surprisingly, he puts it at 0.2 seconds, 2/10 of a second. So yeah, that much information, he kind of like instinctively thought that'd be enough to save the people. It just stuns everybody. So they have 6 months worth of information in their head, and then for the next 299 seconds, my man is running. He's sprinting like the Flash. He's running like a demon from Devilman Crybaby and just like decapitating all these transfigured humans. So while everyone is stunned, he kills like 1,000 of them. There's like kind of like a little plot hole here. Like, why doesn't he kill the disaster curses? Maybe like if he tries to attack Mahito or something, Mahito will wake up and heal himself. So yeah, maybe all of that like went to Gojo's calculations. So yeah, Gojo just like kills the transfigured humans and problem solved, right? He's breathing heavy, he's distracted, and then the prison realm just gets thrown in front of him. It's like a magic cube with an eyeball. Gojo's kind of confused, but it opens up, so he realizes, yeah, this shit is bad. Let me walk away. Right as he was about to walk away, though, Geto just, like, shows up behind the prison realm and says, yo, what up, Gojo? Gojo turns around, sees Geto, instantly freezes, gets sealed by the prison realm, because you have to stay in its range for like a 4-meter radius for 1 minute. And Geto tells us it's not 1 minute in real time, it's 1 minute in your head. Gojo gets sealed. Yes, it is Gojover, ladies and gentlemen. How do you like destroy? How do you stop the strongest man in the world? How do you stop like literally God or Superman? I guess sealing is one option. So yeah, they finally sealed Gojo. It took a long ass time. It took like all these hostages and disaster curses working together to kind of do it. But yeah, he's sealed. So then Yuji kind of like hears like on his earpiece, Mekamaru actually drops in his ear, which is kind of like surprising because we thought Mekamaru died. And then he's like, Gojo has been sealed. Once he says that, it's real shit. Such a good like kind of intro to the Shibuya incident, because it's like, okay, Gojo's trying to solve all the problems himself, and now Gojo is sealed, so what the hell do we do now? So it's kind of crazy. And yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen continues. I'm so excited. But yeah, this animation when Gojo like destroyed everyone, the music was like kind of insane. When he opened up his domain expansion, it was so hype. And after this shit is just like gonna get real. Like Gojo, when he's in the story, he's like your dad. He's just gonna protect you. He's like an invincible barrier, a safety net. And once he's gone, it's like these cursed spirits have so much power, they can do whatever they want. So it'll probably be super chaotic. We gotta see. But yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen does continue. Alright, and now for Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood Wars, Season 2, Episode 11. What a crazy-ass nuts episode. We see like kind of the Squad Zero. Why they are Squad Zero, okay? Like these dudes were hyped up. Were they strong? Like what kind of powers do they have? Yes, do we see them? So yeah, now we're at Yowatch's perspective. So he's with Ishida and Hashwalt, and then they're invading the Soul King's palace. So we see a flashback as the episode starts, which is kind of like an insanely good flashback. It tells us a lot about Yowatch's motivations and kind of like the state of the world of Bleach right now. So basically we realize that Yowatch's dad is the Soul King, and he kind of doesn't like the way the Soul Society is functioning, where like people are suffering for no reason, like all these Quincy's, while the Soul Reapers are like getting to do what they want. We see Yowatch talking to Ichibe, and then Ichibe actually like, with the help of the Soul King, kind of like grabbed Yowatch's arm, stole his eye. Like, so basically Yowatch lost a lot of power. It's a lot of lore here, basically. But yeah, I love like the Bleach story where it's like very simple. Like, you know, these guys have like simple motivations, but then like the world is like very big, just all these characters, and their motivations are pretty relatable. So like, I'm not taking Watch's side because he's like, you know, super evil, still killing all these people, but he does have a point right now. But yeah, after that, yeah, Yowatch and the squad are kind of like invading him. He has like a bunch of Stern Ritters with him as well, like kind of summoned through the shadows. So it starts off with the girl with like the arms and like the needle powers. So yeah, we didn't really see too much of her, but she basically taught Ichigo like the final step on like his growth. She's like summoning all these guys to fend them off. But Yowatch summons more people, so there's like this Deadeye sniper. There's this dude that can just like crush things with his mind. There's this Valkyrie dude that's like kind of strong, and a bunch of other guys. So yeah, these are like kind of like filler villains, I guess. But the first girl, I was like expecting a lot because she was so mysterious. So she defeats one of the guys, but then she instantly gets like overwhelmed and crushed and shot in the head. So it looks like she died, but no, she has illusion magic. So everyone got fooled, and basically they're not in the royal palace area. They're actually like in a fake wooden cage, basically covered by trees, and now they're trapped here. So yeah, that's the first step of Squad Zero. Just like make them teleport to a fake palace. And basically all these guys are trapped here. They're trying to shoot the trees off. They can't escape. But then Yowatch has a magic coin that makes them escape. So yeah, he goes to confront Ichibe. So I mean, I guess like Yowatch is gonna be like insanely strong. Like I don't think anyone can stop him, but he has like all these powers. He killed Yamamoto, so you know, it was so sad. He's probably gonna kill more people. Also, after that, the main fight is with Oetsu versus all the other like filler like Stern Ritter guys. This dude, he has a sword that's so sharp he can't even have a sheath. He has to like cover it in jelly. I think we saw this sword mentioned before, but yeah, literally like he can just like wave it around, instantly cut anything. So he kind of like easily flies through everyone. He's so cool, just like one-shotting people. I love this fight so much. The music was nice as well, and yeah, the fighting has just started. So yeah, we see Ichigo and the squad. They also like kind of went on the rocket ship. They're on their way to the royal palace. Who knows how long that'll take? But basically, Squad Zero seem like they're nothing to fuck around with. I love this cool introduction. They didn't get like folded easily after being like set up as the strongest people. I mean, I think there's only one episode left, and it might be combined like episode 12, 13 together. So yeah, we'll see that next week. But basically, I'm expecting Squad Zero to kind of show up, lose all their powers, but then get overwhelmed eventually because the villains gotta win, and I have Ichigo show up to also fight. So yeah, besides that, yeah, this anime is very nice. The story's very good and digestible, and it's paced very well for a shonen anime. So yeah, I'm having fun watching Bleach. All right, so for Mushoku Tensei season 2 episode 12, this is the finale. We summed up this anime very well, just like a funny erectile dysfunction plotline basically. We really need more of this anime. There's going to be a second core coming up in next spring, so 2024. Look out for that as long as there's no delays. But yeah, pretty much this anime, very in-depth, a lot of like world building, a lot of characters, Rudius like getting stronger each time. discovering new things to do as he kind of gets hints from the man god. So all of that is there. I thought it was pretty good, but like Rudius was just like so unbearable for me for some reason. Like I got used to him a lot. I liked his like kind of character development, him like getting stronger, and then him with his party. I thought that was fine, but like this season, I didn't like him. I thought they kind of dragged out the depression arc. I thought he solved it when he was like, you know, trying to rescue his mother, but then he fell back into the depression. But then once he met Soldat and everyone, he kind of like became more of himself. This episode in specific kind of just like, you know, flowed genuinely. It kind of extended into like Rudius recognizing Selphie, them like kind of making out in the cave, and then you know, it's pretty hard there, but they're about to fuck, but they can't. So Rudius still can't control his dick. It's like getting up, but like he can't control it on demand, so he can't have sex with her. But he admits it's a Selphie. She wants to genuinely help him find a way to cure it and also like be with him. So yeah, they both admit that they like each other. Their relationship is starting, boyfriend, girlfriend. But then he still has to solve his problem, right? Selphie like asks the princess, "Oh, what should I do?" The other Grey Rat attendant also like gives some tips. So this dude's actually like, you know, pretty cool guy. And then he gives her the aphrodisiac. We saw it in season 1. It's a real like kind of potion. It costs 100 gold actually. And then basically she buys new underwear, gets like all ready, comes into Rudius's room at night, feeds him the aphrodisiac, and then it's actually working. So they finally have sex, and then Rudius kind of wakes up. I don't think he has like too much memory of what happened, but Rudius is actually cured. So it's been 3 years since he's been able to like, I guess, jack off and shit. So I mean, big W for my man. You know, we solved his problem. Nice. Just give him some magic otherworld Viagra. But yeah, I guess this anime was cool. Like the story was definitely unique. You know, like let the author cook, erectile dysfunction, have him genuinely be able to relate to someone to have sex with them. Like it's all very good storytelling. It's just like very insufferable because you know he's the overpowered main protagonist. Like going across his fantasy world, like his whole inner monologue is very cringe, but the animation, the story, the characters, it's all very in depth, and I kind of just want to learn more. So at the end of the episode, Rudius actually asks Selphie to marry him because he kind of like meets the princess, and then he like, you know, thanks the princess for carrying him, and then he decides to help her out as well. But first he has to find his mom. So that's like the main goal, I guess, like after hanging out in the school. Go out, find his mom, maybe like Selphie will help him out. And after that he'll help the princess with her like kind of royal whatever bloodline shit. So that's cool. Another season finale down, another girl added to Rudius's body count. So yeah, the anime's gonna continue. We finished Mushoku Tensei, very different, unique, wild story. I don't know if I'll recommend this, but you know, watch it if you're down. And after Bungou Stray Dogs, season 5, episode 11, this is the finale. What an insane episode. I thought it was over from last episode because literally everyone is dead. Fukuzawa literally has the one order. He's like commanding literally world war right now. So how do we like kind of stop this? Like Dazai looked like he got shot in the head as well. So basically it starts with Aya, the little girl who's hanging out with the vampire dude. So she kind of like wrapped the sword in his body with the table, like jumps down onto the table. It would like risk her life. And then the sword kind of lodges off, but then like since it's not grabbed onto anything anymore, she falls. So, yeah, she got the sword out. All these zombies are now, like, not under the control anymore. They're not evil. And yeah, Aya also gets rescued while she was falling. So that's all good. Bro, first step of the plan is solved. Second step, we see Fukuzawa. He was kind of biding his time, and he actually slashes Fukuchi. Takes his sword, so he can't use the time sword anymore, and yeah, that's another problem solved. So yeah, they start fighting. We see Fukuzawa getting stabbed a lot, but then he actually, like, does defeat Fukuchi. But then Fukuchi has, Poe's notebook that you can like teleport into like different memories and stories. So he goes in with Fukuzawa, and then it looks like Fukuchi won. So yeah, what happened? Basically, Fukuzawa called off the one order, like the World War, so he stopped the World War III from happening. But then the main point of the scene is that it showed Fukuchi's kind of goal, what he really wanted, because he didn't really want the end of the world, but he wanted like hundreds of millions of casualties. He wanted World War III, and then after that, like he wanted the world to unite against the one evil, and he wanted Fukuzawa to kind of lead the new world and like kind of establish peace. No more war. So yeah, that was his goal. It's still bad because, you know, a lot of people would die. But overall, I guess it's kind of interesting. We also see Dazai still alive because Shuya, the kind of zombie dude with the gravity powers, he wasn't actually a vampire. He was wearing colored contacts and fake glued on fangs, like a Halloween costume, which was like kind of funny. A good way to kind of like have Dazai win. It was like a bit goofy, but also like in character. So then yeah, they defeat Fyodor. He's like in the plane, he's like severely injured, and then one of the plane drivers is a zombie, but since the zombies are under control of the good guys now, the helicopter crashes and he dies. So yeah, that's kind of like a abrupt ending for him. We didn't really know what his power was too much, but we know he was like kind of invincible, like evil dude. So him and Dazai fighting against each other was kind of insane, like a lot of like 200 IQ back and forth plays. And yeah, we finally did it. Everyone's alive. There's like not really a lot of aftermath besides, Fukuchi dying, which was well deserved. So then yeah, like in the end, this anime was insane. Like this was the finale, and like they landed it so well. Like credits to the author. Because when you do something like this, where like the fight is escalating, but there's so many loose ends to tie up, and you have to do it like well in a satisfying way, everything made sense. So props to the author for landing the ending. It doesn't happen too often in animes. So yeah, I really loved the season. Season 4, we had a good amount of backstories, and then like this whole like arc started with the One Order stuff, and then the detective agency running from the bad guys, and like the bad guys are like super overpowered. And right now, season 5 is like a good ending. So yeah, we definitely needed a season 5. It seems like there's a season 6 or like a to be continued at the end of the episode. It's kind of interesting. There's not really much content left releasing, so we have to wait a long time, unless there's like going to be a movie or something. So yeah, who knows? But yeah, besides that, the anime is very nice. I love the finale here, and yeah, like a lot of cool fight scenes, a lot of cool music. All right, so for Masamune-kun's Revenge, season 2, episode 12, this is the finale. I love this anime so much. I know it's kind of trashy, but like season 1 was like very popular. I think it released 2017. Season 2, like we definitely needed it, and it like the whole anime kind of summed up. Like it's like the series finale. Like that's rare in romance shows. Like they kind of like pad things along. They don't tell you who the winner is, and even after winner, there's like some whole like after arc. But here it's just over. Masamune and Aki, they're together. Yo, finally! Like it was pretty obvious that Aki was the winner, but they had to do like kind of like some 200 IQ like back and forth with like the maid girl Yoshino. But yeah, I'm glad Aki won. It's kind of rare in like romance animes where the blue-haired girl wins. So we'll take that as a W, Rem fans. I mean, the thing is, she's not really blue-haired. She's black-haired, but it looks blue. It could be blue. Her and Masamune, it was nice to see them like kind of like finally get together. Aki realizes that like Yoshino admitted her feelings to Masamune, so she thought they were a thing, but they were actually teasing her. Masamune like rejected Yoshino and wanted Aki. So then yeah, after like a lot of awkward things back and forth, they admitted to each other in school, and then they kiss. It was so nice, and Aki kind of slaps him. Also, we saw that Aki cut her hair because she thought that, she had to change herself as a person and stop liking Masamune, but then, it was always meant to be. So yeah, I thought this anime was insanely good. All these kind of like romantic plot lines, this drama is so nice. I thought some stuff might have been a bit abrupt, like the pacing. So like the trip in France was literally in like one episode. It was so quick. The stuff with Gasso wasn't really like compelling, and they solved that as well. So her arc was whatever. But yeah, I love Masamune's like interactions with all these girls. I'm so sad that like Neko didn't win, because romance animes gotta do this. They gotta have like a best girl that supports you, but she loses because she's not the main girl. Also, Yoshino, I really loved her. Like, I didn't really mind if she won or not, but like, because I'm a big fan of maid, like the tired, sleepy maid characters that are overworked. They're like one of my favorite archetypes in these romance shows. Kage-sama as well, Hayasaka is like one of my favorite characters. But yeah, they're forever destined to lose. So in the end, a lot of stuff to go for in this anime. I'm like a big fan of it. I like how it doesn't take itself too seriously. Like in the finale, it kind of did, but there's like a lot of like parody, a lot of like funny moments. So yeah, the season 2 really fit in the theme of the series. Nothing really like crazy or boring happened, and I was just like so invested. So yeah, very solid romance show. It covered the entire manga, so it does feel good to wrap up like the entire anime story. Okay, so for My Happy Marriage episode 12, this is the finale. But a kind of comfortable, feel-good finale, like Mio helping out Kyoko in his dreams. It was very good. Mio using her power, finally like feeling worth in herself. Like this anime did a good job making me feel good. Just like sympathizing with Mio. The emotions are very real. Very similar with a lot of other like kind of Netflix shows that are just like feel good, like happy, wholesome, with like genuine struggles and emotions. There's stuff like Blue Period I remember from a couple seasons ago. There's like Carol and Tuesday. There's Violet Evergarden. So yeah, a lot of these Netflix animes are pretty solid. So yeah, this one in particular just kind of like wraps up with Kyoka. Someone's like cursing him, someone from the other family, and then like Mio's just like in his dreams. Kyoka's fighting off all these like kind of grotesques in his dreams, but he's like getting injured. So Mio has to come in to help him. They kind of sleep next to each other on the bed, and then Mio enters his dreams, but before she can actually help him, she has to kind of like face her own self. So yeah, inside this dream, she actually sees like herself just like repressed. It was pretty much her negative bottled emotions that was like from childhood, from her evil family, just like having no self-worth. So she basically closed off her emotions so she won't be hurt. And now like she kind of like is scared of everyone and everything. But now she's growing. She finds Kyoka. Kyoka is like basically the husband that saved her, stopped her from being scared, and then, you know, let her like genuinely unleash her emotions, gain more confidence, be happier. And yeah, like she finally confronts herself, which is very nice, and gets to save Kyoka. So she kind of like goes into a dream. She's wearing like her kind of like shrine outfit and basically blasting off all these like monsters in the dream world, which is pretty funny. So she's like summoning barrier magic and attacking. I love seeing offensive Mio. And then yeah, after like everything is good, he kind of apologizes for like leaving her. And then Mio's like, no, it's all right. I should have spoke my mind back then. But yeah, it's all there to kind of hash things out. And this marriage continues to be happy. They kind of saved everybody. All the villains are kind of like defeated for now. So after that, we kind of end the anime with like a party. Mio finally attends a party. She's like using her noble training. Wears a nice cool dress as we end the season. And yeah, anime finished. Yeah, I really liked it just because of like the emotions. I like kind of fell for Mio's story in the very beginning. Like kind of classic Cinderella story, but like it was done pretty well in the anime. I was just so sad. And once Kyoka, like he was actually like a good guy, I was like, yeah, this better work out. Like Mio better be happy. And then it's cool, like, seeing, like, Mio's story, like, seeing that she actually had powers. So, I mean, she has, like, no need to feel insecure anymore. I guess the one problem is that there's, like, a lot of people that are targeting her for her powers. So that does not seem to be resolved anytime soon. I have to say, like, I love these shoujo romance shows. They just feel so good seeing, like, the female perspective. The problem is, like, the supernatural plotline. Like, I get it. They had to do something different to, like, kind of entice you. But I literally didn't care about them fighting these monsters. I didn't really care about these, like, kind of generic, like, fire, electricity, water powers. Like, they didn't really capture my attention. So I mean, there was probably like a better way to kind of like frame this anime. But yeah, this was like another nitpick. I'm not telling the author to like write a whole story or do like a whole new environment. I was just thinking like I didn't really care too much about the supernatural story and like people having powers. But yeah, besides that, the anime's finished. You know, highly recommend to check this out if you want kind of like a good emotional story. And I guess the title is a spoiler because the happy marriage is real. All right, and now for the vending machine isekai, Reborn as a vending machine, episode 12. So this is the finale. So a lot of like kind of cool stuff happened. We face the final boss, who's kind of like this undead like necromancer guy, and he's literally like controlling all these like undead people, so they have to like defeat them all. So our vending machine, he transforms into a like kind of gasoline dispenser. They all spray gasoline at the bodies and then burn them. Yeah, just burn the undead. Very fun. So yeah, after that they kind of defeat him, but he like releases electricity. He kind of stuns two members of the party, and they're about to die. So Boxo, he actually like transforms into like an AED dispenser. So that's cool, you know, two creative transformations this episode. And I guess they kind of like defib the hearts and how they get resurrected, so that's cool. So yeah, I guess this anime wrapped up. It was pretty wholesome in the end. Like Boxo and Lamus, they kind of like kiss each other as well. I have to say that even though it's good, like it's not bad, this is still like kind of bottom of the barrel, like isekai, like trash. I hate everything, how it's like devolving into just like people turning into inanimate objects, and then it's just like not that cool. I would have liked this anime a bit more if Boxo could be able to talk, but he still can't talk even through the end of these 12 episodes, which is pretty sad because can't you just buy like a skill point? You're getting so much money to like help you communicate. But I mean, like as a concept, they did a lot of like creative things in the anime. So yeah, Boxo just like turning into different stuff. That was like my main thing I was looking forward to. Just seeing what kind of like different things Boxo could turn into. So yeah, he did stuff like turn into a candy dispenser, turn into a condom machine. He had some porn magazines and like different type of like food dispensers. So yeah, he did a lot. But in the end, it was definitely below mid. If you do like this genre though, it's definitely one for checking out. Just like, you know, parody funny isekais. Because I think the isekai industry is doing something right if all these animes like keep getting made. And I'll also quickly talk about Psalm 100. So this is episode 8, Hot Springs of the Dead. So we finally meet the German waifu character, so that's nice. I was waiting for her. So our main cast is finally together, big booba German girl, athletic serious girl, and then the main two dudes as well. So yeah, we're just like going on lighthearted zombie adventures. The zombies don't seem to be too hostile. They're just attacking, but like our squad kind of like circumvent them for the most part. Cross off things to do in the bucket list. So here they did two things. One, go to an authentic sushi restaurant. And then apparently, like, the dude is still alive. So, yeah, they get to eat sushi. And after that, they go to the hot springs. A good amount of fan service there. But then once they were, like, taking baths and shit, there's, like, zombies in the hot spring. So they had to go kind of run away. Run into the mountains. But there's, like, kind of like a mountain hot spring. So they crossed off, like, a good amount of stuff in the bucket list. Overall, the vibe of this anime is very nice. Just like lighthearted adventures in a zombie apocalypse. Everyone has like some type of difficulty or problems with their jobs, and then now they're just like interacting with each other. But yeah, besides that, can't wait to see more of this anime. I think the hype definitely died down as we had like a lot of like delays. But I mean, it's not too bad. We got episode 8, episode 9 coming out like literally tomorrow, I think. And after that, there's like 3 more episodes left for the finale. So yeah, hopefully Bug Films lands it. And it's probably a lot of hard work to like, you know, give life to this anime, make it high quality, very colorful. And that is it for the animes this season. Thank you for watching. Next week I'll definitely have a tier list, talk about like the best animes we had, also talk about the fall shows coming out. So yeah, there's like a lot of cool ones like Rising of Shield Hero, Goblin Slayer, which are pretty popular fantasy shows. There's like a Spy Family continuation, the new Doctor Stone season. There's gonna be a cool fantasy show called Frieren that I heard was like very hyped up. So I'll have new animes to watch. I'll have trash ones as well. Very excited to watch them all. But yeah, I'll see you next week for the finale review.